How are we, lads? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Sunday football review for round 7 of the NRL. I hope everyone had a fantastic Anzac day. And, if your team won today, all I can say is congratulations. If your team didn't win, better luck next time. But, as always, if you're new to the channel around here, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And make sure you guys like the video as well. It's much appreciated. But we saw 3 games of football today. We saw the Manly Seagulls smash the West Tigers 40 points to 6. We saw the Roosters beat the Dragons 34-10. And we just saw the Melbourne Storm smash the Warriors 42 points to 18. A very comfortable win there for the Melbourne Storm. But let's get into the first game, man. The first game was at Bankwest Stadium. The Seagulls 40, the West Tigers 6. Not a whole lot to talk about in this game. I thought the Tigers early on looked pretty good. Lashani Lewis scored the first try, and the Tigers looked pretty good early on. And then Manly hit back, tries to DCE. He scored 2 tries in about 2 minutes. And then Tapau scored half time. I think Manly were up 16-6 or something, 18-6. They were looking pretty good early on. The Tigers, but Manly was really good at the back end of that first half. And then in the second half, Manly just more of the same. Domination. Tries to Tom Trbojevic, Ruben Garrick, Jason Saab, and Kieran Foran. Look, my Manly multi got off for the weekend. Foran and Tommy Turbo. Manly 13 plus, so if you got on board, congratulations. But look, the Tigers, the thing with the Tigers at the moment, they show good signs in periods during the game, but they don't do it for 80 minutes. And, today was obviously a very important day, Anzac Day. And, whether your team won or lost, you got to go out there and put everything on the line. But I don't believe the Tigers did that today. Luke Brooks, I know we all say it all the time. Luke Brooks, I think he needs to be dropped. Seriously, he was really, really poor today. But look, Manly, they were very, very good. They were far too good for the West Tigers. Some of the players for Manly who I thought were great. Tom Trbojevic was absolutely outstanding once again. Morgan Harper played well. Saab and Garrick were good. Foran and Cherry Evans were outstanding. Paseka was good. Alloway was great against his former side. Jack Trbojevic was great. Martin Tapau. Hamar, I can't pronounce his last name. Oka Lamatu was good. Ed Sipley. For the West Tigers, look, it's hard to really say any good players, but Luciani Leilua and Alex Twal and maybe Adam Dewey, they're the only ones that I can really say play well for the Tigers. But look, Manly, they get a very dominant win once again, and Tommy Turbo was the star once again. But my top 3 players for the Tigers Manly game, number 3 is going to go to Martin Tapau. He was great. Number 2 is going to go to Daly Cherry Evans. He was outstanding. And number 1, my man of the match, Tom Trbojevic, comes back in the side. He makes a huge difference. He is the best on ground. Manly win, 40 points to 6. Now, the main game, the game that was supposed to be the blockbuster game, Roosters over the Dragons, 34 points to 10. Look, the Dragons made a few changes before kickoff. They put Adam Clune on the bench. Jack Bell went to 5'8". Norman went to halfback. They put Jordan Pereira on the wing. Cody Ramsey in the centre. I think Anthony Griffin knew at halftime that was a bad idea. Now, look, for the Dragons, they had a couple of players. Jordan Pereira did a really, really bad tackle on Tedesco. Should he be sent off? Was it a sin bin? Look, it's hard to say. You can have your own opinion. But I'm going to say a sin bin was the right call. He'll probably get 3 or 4 weeks for it. As for the Ravalawa shoulder charge on Josh Morris, I mean, he's going to get probably a couple of weeks for that as well. But, the game started well. The Dragons were in the game early on. Tarek Sims scored first. Dragons had a good lead early on. Tupou hit back for the Roosters. Dragons had 6-4 for a long time in that first half, and then the Roosters scored for Satili Tupunua. And that Butcher's try before half-time really sucked the life out of the Dragons. Roosters led 16-6 at half-time. And then a try to Sam Walker, which I still don't agree with. What is the rule with that decision? I mean, if you're going for a try, if you're over the line, is the player on the same team allowed to push the player over the line? I mean, controversial decision now. Hopefully we hear more about that tomorrow. But Anyway, Roosters 22-6. They're in complete control of the game. Lindsay Collins scores a pretty soft try. Manu scores as well. Roosters are up 34-6, and then Ravalawa scores with 5 minutes to go or something. Roosters win 34-10. Look, Ben Hunt didn't play, which is a big loss, but they've been doing it without him. Look, I think putting Adam Clune on the bench was a big reason why the Dragons were so poor, but the Roosters, they were the better team on the day. They wanted it more. They had more attack than the Dragons did today, and they were more patient with the football, and they just showed their composure. I thought at halftime when they lost to Esco, I thought maybe the Dragons would get over the top of them, but the Roosters, they were just a little bit too good there for the Dragons. But some of the good players for the Roosters, obviously, then Daniel Tupou had a good game. Joseph Manu was still a little bit quiet for mine. Josh Morris was great. Drew Hutchison and Sam Walker combined very well together in the halves. Lindsay Collins was absolutely outstanding. Satili Tupanua was good. Hargraves and Butcher was good off the bench. Ikuvalu came on as 18th man. He did a job as well. As for the Dragons, not many really good players for them, but I guess, Blake Laurie and Tarek Sims had a pretty good game for the Dragons. I guess you could also argue Josh Maguire and Alvaro, but Roosters too good for the Dragons today. They get the win, 34 points to 10. My top 3 players on ground for this one, I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go with Drew Hutchinson. Number 2, I'm going to go with Lindsay Collins. I was impressed with Lindsay Collins today. And number 1, my man of the match, Sam Walker. I thought he was great and he deserved to be the man of the match. And the final game, well, the Storm over the Warriors. Storm 42, Warriors 20. Look, credit to the Warriors in scoring a couple of late tries in that second half, but Melbourne were on a completely different level. Started very well for Melbourne. George Jennings in the 3rd minute. Then Kemamalo scored for the Warriors. And then after that, tries to Felice Kafusi, Nikai Hines, Remus Smith. Half-time, Melbourne were up. I'm trying to remember what the score was at half-time. I think it was like 26-6 or something. 26-4. It was a very, very hard first half to watch. Then in the second half, I tried to move off Basila, who I thought was probably the Warriors' best player. And then late in the game, Melbourne tries to Olam. Adokar got a double. And then in the final 6 minutes, Ken Mamalo scored again. Mamalo had a hat-trick for the Warriors. Adokar had a double along with Remus Smith. But Melbourne, way too good for the Warriors. For the Warriors, showed some courage in that last 15 minutes or so. They showed some pride in the jersey. Because I honestly thought Melbourne were going to get to 50 at one stage. But, the Warriors, they shuffled the team as well. They had a lot of young players, which is understandable. Now, the Josh Curran sin bin, don't even get me started on that. The so-called contact with the shoulder to the head. It was a fair income head clash. It was a head clash. I can't believe they gave that a sin bin. That was ridiculous. That was an overreaction. But, the Warriors, they were never really in the game. Melbourne were in complete control. Majority of the game. They were too good. A couple of good players for the Storm. Nico Hines was good. Remus Smith had a great game along with Josh Adokar. Brandon Smith, Christian Welsh. Felice Kafusi played well. Nelson Solomona was great. Harry Grant, Dale Finucane. Chris Lewis came in as an 18th man as well. Melbourne were far too good. For the Warriors, they put Reece Walsh at fullback. RTS went onto the wing. For mine, that was a panic coaching decision from Nathan Brown. That did not work out at all. Ken Mamalo and Ben Murdoch-Masila were probably the Warriors' best players for mine. Leeson Armour was alright with Bunty Afoa. Also, I thought Jack Murphy had an okay game. Josh Curran wasn't too bad, but Melbourne, man, far too good for the Warriors. And they get the win, 42 points to 20. My top 3 players on ground for this one, I'm going to go number 3, Felice Kafusi. Number 2, I'm going to go with Josh Adokar. Number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Remus Smith. That's probably his best game at the Melbourne Storm so far. I thought he played really well in the right centre position, but the Storm win, 42 points to 20. Far too good for the Warriors down there at Amy Park in Melbourne. But guys, that's it for the Sunday football review. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys all had a fantastic Anzac Day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.